Good Thursday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and a beautiful shot from earlier today. This is our Rondo camera, our Sky-Fi Tower camera, looking back at Turtle Rock, and what a beautiful silhouette of the turtle. And how about that sunrise, the sun behind the clouds? And we did see clouds around today that brought us a few scattered showers and some windy conditions, post-frontal winds as one system moved out, and now we're kind of in between storm systems. But what a beautiful shot. And speaking of wind, we did see plenty of it in western Washington today with more damage. We'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on. But here are some winds that we do expect still today and into tonight. Wenatchee, we've seen gusts around 18 miles an hour. That could go as high as 24 miles an hour tonight. But as you can see from central Washington all the way over into eastern Washington, windy conditions. But notice the areas in red west of Wenatchee. Those are very, very strong winds. So if you are traveling over Snoqualmie or Stevens Passes, even Blewett, you're going to run into some very windy conditions. So be extra careful. And I have your complete weekend weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. President Trump says he will not sign a Senate stopgap funding bill to avert a government shutdown without including funding for a border wall. Representative Dan Newhouse responds. Washington's 13th District Representative Matt Manueller of Ellensburg made his resignation from the state legislature official yesterday. And a several block stretch of Knowles Road in the Sunny Slope area will be widened, sidewalks installed, and stormwater facilities will be added in a future project. But first, we begin tonight. The Chelan County PUD has been fined $6,000 for workplace safety violations related to the death of employee Edward Eddie Bromley back in June. The State Department of Labor and Industries found 3 violations during its 5-month investigation into the death, including 2 that were deemed serious. Bromley was killed June 13th during crane testing at Rock Island Dam when he was struck by a steel component. L&I said the PUD failed to properly warn workers about the potential hazards of a swing rail at the spill gate and the possibility it could become unhinged. The PUD says it has corrected the problems and is contracted for a third-party investigation that's still ongoing. Bromley is survived by his wife and 2 young children. Well, a Quincy man was one of 13 people arrested this week in an online sting involving sexual abuse and exploitation of children. The Washington State Patrol and other law enforcement agencies worked together on Operation Net Nanny, where internet sites were monitored for adults seeking sexual activity with children. Robert Avila, 23 of Quincy, was among those arrested, with most of the rest of the suspects from Yakima and Kittitas counties. Operation Net Nanny was begun back in 2015 and has resulted in the arrest of more than 200 people. President Trump says he will not sign a Senate stopgap funding bill to avert a government shutdown without including funding for a border wall. The bill is now in the hands of the U.S. House of Representatives. Washington's 4th District Representative Dan Newhouse said the House will work today to amend the bill, which includes language concerning border security.
What we have done is put together a response to the Senate. We're working on that right now to add funding for border security, as well as adding provisions to respond to some of the disasters that we've experienced in the country this past year. So both of those things will be added to the continuing resolution. I think we will probably vote on that today yet and send that back to the Senate, and then we'll see what they can do with it. The President was not interested in signing just what's called a clean continuing resolution that did not have funding for border security. And most people in the House, certainly on our side of the aisle, were not interested in that either.
Congress has until midnight Friday to reach an agreement, or there will be a government shutdown. Well, Washington's 13th District Representative Matt Manueller of Ellensburg made his resignation from the state legislature official yesterday. Manueller hand-delivered his resignation letter to Governor Jay Inslee on Wednesday. Central Washington University fired Manueller in August for ethics and violations and insubordination after an investigations report found 16 current and former students who complained of Manueller's behavior. In his resignation letter, Manueller wrote, quote, "I am grateful to the voters in the 13th District for their overwhelming support in re-electing me as one of their state representatives. However, I am announcing that I will resign effective January 14th, 2019 and will be vacating the position. It's been an honor to serve the 13th District for the past 6 years," unquote. Well, a several block stretch of Knowles Road in the Sunny Slope area will be widened, sidewalks installed, and stormwater facilities added thanks to a grant for just under $1.4 million from the state's Transportation Improvement Board. The Chelan County Public Works Department said work on the $1.6 million project is expected to start in 2022 and will stretch from School Street to American Fruit Road. The improvements are needed, the county said, as estimates show the population of the Sunny Slope area served by Knowles Road is expected to double in the next 20 years. Well, coming up next, a strong Pacific storm once again hammered the west side of Washington today with powerful wind gusts and rain. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society announced today it's participating in the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, and we'll have our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
Thanks to the help I received at Goodwill,
I have a job. I'm working now. Thanks to Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to get you back to work. When you donate to or shop at Goodwill, you're really helping people find work.
Thank you.
Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Since 1932, Camp Seneca, nestled on the beautiful shores of Lake Wenatchee, has provided children grades 1 through 12 with the ideal location for kids to learn new skills, have fun, and make friends while creating memories that will last a lifetime. Camp Seneca's rustic log cabins and their staff serve to provide each group a unique summer camp experience. Register for Camp Seneca today, www.campfirencw.org.
Everything we do is about delivering very high quality care and keeping our patients safe.
We really work as a team here, and so that's really what makes it worthwhile.
I give 100% every day, and I do that because I work for a company that I believe gives 100% back to me.
The bottom line is we genuinely care about our employees.
it is the most incredible place to work, and you will be inspired every day.
Welcome back. In another news, a strong Pacific storm once again hammered the west side of Washington today with powerful wind gusts and rain. This is video off the beach between Westport and Grayland, where wind gusts peaked to 70 miles per hour late this morning. A high wind warning is in effect for the Seattle area until 7 p.m. where winds will continue, to blow in Seattle area between 30 and 35 miles an hour. This latest windstorm comes on the heels of Tuesday afternoon's tornado, which damaged a reported 250 homes in western Washington and left thousands without power. Well, the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society announced today it's participating in the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or ASPCA, Learning Lab program to help shelter dogs with behavioral issues. The program provides hands-on training at a PCA Behavioral Rehabilitation Center, which provides innovative techniques and protocols to help homeless dogs nationwide. Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is among the first group of animal welfare agencies to participate in the ASPCA Learning Lab program. Trainees will be applying key learnings to integrate behavioral and psychological support for homeless dogs into its entire sheltering operation. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society team was chosen for the selective program after taking part in an in-depth application and shelter visitation process. Well, it's time now for our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Today, NCWLife's Megan McPherson introduces us to Cherry the dog.
Hey guys, Megan here with the Ncwlife channel. We are here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and joining us this week is Cherry. Can you tell us about Cherry?
Yes, so Cherry is about a 5 to 6 year old female pit. She is very easy to work with when we take her out on this play yard and out here. She's wonderful to work with. As you can see, she's very treat motivated. I have treats in my pocket and she wants those. Probably her ideal home would be with one person. She shouldn't be with cats. She has lived with a male dog before, and that's been okay. But I think she really would like the one-on-one kind of contact. But as you can see, she's very, very, very affectionate.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Oh yes, and pit kisses, are the best. So.
And if someone wants to adopt Cherry, what should they do?
They can come down here to the shelter, and we'd advise you to come meet with her. Take her out, walk her around, put her in the play yard and see. And then if you're interested in adopting her, you just fill out an application and she is ready to go home today.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Kennel Cameos is supported in part by Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory in Leavenworth. Not only does the Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory have great house-made fudge and super delicious candy and caramel apples, but they also have great doggy treats for your four-legged friends, located at 636 Front Street in Leavenworth. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the Ncwlife Evening News. Stay with us.
Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging and Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
Welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. In tonight's feature story, 2018 was a year to remember.
Okay, here's why you pull behind them. Just pull behind these guys. Okay?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for everything lost. I'm sorry that this took place and did what it did to your lives.
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough!
We must respect the legitimacy of viewpoints even when we disagree with them. And that includes recognizing that high school students have a voice and a place in this conversation.
I have 12 kids here. And out of those kids, they've been called racist names. I can't even count as high. How many times? And usually it's the backdrop of Lee School.
It is an iconic airplane. This particular one was built in 1944, July of 1944, so there was a lot going on in the world in July of 1944, as we know. It was originally built as a military airplane, like the vast majority of the what we call DC-3s were.
And by the way, we do have a special that will be aired on New Year's Day. NCW Life Steve Hare will take a half-hour-long look at the year that was 2018. Now let's switch gears and take a look at what's happening in our north central Washington weather forecast. Before we get into the details of what we can expect for your big travel weekend this weekend and looking ahead to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, let's take a look outside our weather window. This afternoon, our skies became cloudy. We did see off and on showers, just sprinkles for the most part here in the Wenatchee Valley. Some more sustained shower activity around parts of north central Washington, but a gorgeous shot as the sun setting behind the clouds. Here's Turtle Rock and a beautiful view from our Rondo Rock Sky-Fi tower camera. Today, once again, our temperatures, we sound like a broken record, but well above normal here in the Wenatchee area. We thought we'd see 43 degrees, and we did today. 31 is where we should be for this time of year. Once again, a very mild start to the day, too, at 34 degrees when we should be at around 23 for overnight lows. 49, our record high, was back in 1966, and just 10 years ago, our record low, I don't remember it, maybe you do, 7 degrees below zero. Precipitation, nothing the past 24 hours, and that keeps us at 6.81 inches for the year. Sunrise at 7:45, sunset this afternoon at 4:13. Now let's put that map in motion and show you what we can expect as we move through the week and into the weekend. Tonight at 10 o'clock, the big weather news will be wind, and we're showing you our windy map. Notice how these isobaric lines of pressure are very tightly packed. That means very windy conditions, and you can see that through Washington. That will end overnight tonight and into Friday morning, and then for the rest of Friday by 2 tomorrow, it's going to be awfully nice out there. Mostly sunny. We'll see light winds throughout the day. No cloud cover, but that will all change on Saturday by noon. Mostly cloudy, a 40% chance of, that's right, snow moving in. As you can see, moisture wrapping around this area of low pressure. Very windy in this area, so western Washington, once again, we'll see some wind. That will happen this weekend. By Saturday night at 8 o'clock, our chance for rain and snow moves up to 80%. But as you can see, I think it will be mostly snow Saturday night. The question will be, will it stick around long enough for Christmas? Because we will see some more snow at 10 a.m. on Sunday, about a 70% chance or so. Things will diminish a little bit on Sunday, and as we move into our Christmas Eve on Monday, we'll stay with about a 40% chance for just scattered snow showers as this entire area of low pressure slides down into the Great Basin area, and that will make for a very, very nice Christmas day, as we will see mostly sunny skies, no precipitation in the state of Washington, and our temperatures will remain on the mild side. So with those mild temperatures, some rain mixed with snow, the question still, will we see a white Christmas? Well, as we say in TV, stay tuned, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Your quick lube and tune forecast now. Tonight we'll drop down to some cooler overnight lows, 28 degrees. For your Friday, we mentioned it, mostly sunny and mild, and 40 degrees. And then some colder air from the northwest moves in. A 50% chance for snow during the day on Saturday. That goes up to an 80% chance for snow Saturday night. So if you are traveling for Christmas on Saturday, things might get a little bit tricky traveling over mountain passes, Stevens, Snoqualmie, and Blewett passes. 60% chance for snow on Sunday, cloudy skies and 37. And as we move into Monday, Christmas Eve, mostly cloudy, a 50% chance for rain or snow and 38. I like the guitar playing Santa. Very, very nice. 38 for Christmas Day, our low 26. And for Wednesday, mostly cloudy and cooler, a high then around 35. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
Come find your holiday gifts at Antique Mall at Cashmere this holiday season. With 15,000 square feet to explore, Antique Mall at Cashmere has something for everyone, from coin enthusiasts to avid collectors. For do-it-yourselfers, this is the place to find your next repurposing project. What a great way to make your holiday gifts for someone special, using your keen eye to make something old and new again. Discover your next holiday gift in the Antique Mall at Cashmere. Stop on by today.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including Ncwlife, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
And now it's a sports update on the Ncwlife channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. The Wenatchee Wild's 9-game winning streak came to a halt last night at Trail as the Smoke Eaters picked up a 5-2 victory. Trail scored just 3 minutes into the contest and led 1-0 until Blake Barger tied it at the 15:44 mark with his 10th goal of the season. Smoke Eaters came out firing in the second with a goal by Braden Tuck. That chased Wenatchee starter Austin Park in net. Spencer McLean scored on Cal Sandquist just a minute 40 later. That put Trail up 3-1. At the 9-minute mark of the second, Wenatchee thought it had scored on a shot by Lucas Souter. The goal light went on, but the officials continued play with Trail scoring on the other end. Let's pick it up there with the highlights with Art Checker on the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network. Video provided by Hockey TV.
And quickly the Wild transition back the other way. Here they come short-handed. Drop pass. Souter shoots and he scores. Oh, wait. They say no. They say it double piped. That's what the referee is saying. Back the other way, a breakaway. In, shot, and a save made by Sandquist. Centering feed deflected, and it's still alive back behind the net. There's a shot, and that's in. That goal may not count. I think when they come back, they're going to have to credit that first goal by Souter and reset the clock, and it's going to be 3-2. The goal judge light was on. Now the referees are going to confer amongst themselves. Now, if there is justice in the world, then it's going to be a 3-2 score here in a moment. But there may not be justice in the world. Curls around behind the net, saucers it up high for Sasaki. Now to Modry. His shot, pad save, rebound, shot, score! Matt Gashevsky on the rebound. Power play goal for the Wild. And it's a 2-goal hockey game. Got it back to the Wenatchee zone. Cook's pass, intercepted Giardosi. He blasts, shot, save, rebound, off a body and in. Boy, the pucks are bouncing the Smoke Eaters' way tonight as the Wild's 9-game win streak will come to an end here tonight. The franchise record is 10. It was set back in the Wild's second season. It was the first 10 games of the year, actually, that year. But this is 9 games is a record for the Wild since joining the BCHL, but that comes to an end here tonight.
So a weird one on the road last night. Wenatchee returns home tomorrow night for the first of 2 against the Vernon Vipers. Tomorrow night is ugly sweater night. Saturday's whiteout night at the Town Toyota Center. Well, it's a slim night for prep sports schedule. First in girls basketball, Chelan is on the road at Warden coming up at 6 o'clock. Then in boys basketball, the Goats will face Warden following the girls game. The Cashmere Bulldog boys are on the road in Yakima to face West Valley Rams in a non-league game coming up at 7 o'clock. Well, the Seahawks continue preparing for Sunday night matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs and the red-hot Patrick Mahomes. Coach Pete Carroll says the Chiefs benefit from a talented quarterback supported by a great coaching staff.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic job by their staff and Andy putting together an offense that could make sense to him so that he could execute this well. I mean, remember, you go back to the first month of the season, he was just on fire, you know, with all of the touchdowns and the explosive plays and all of that. He's got a great group around him. But to bring the quarterback along that quickly in a sophisticated attack, that's a big accomplishment by their coaching staff. And Patrick has made, you know, full use of all of it, and he's had a great season.
Now, Mahomes leads all NFL quarterbacks in passing yards and touchdowns. He's second only to Drew Brees in passer rating. Carroll says the only good thing about facing Mahomes Saturday is that the Seattle defense faces a similar style player every day in practice in Russell Wilson.
Play action pass that turns into a sprint out. You know, it's a drop back pass that turns into a QB draw. You know, and there's another play starting, and sometimes two plays starting. You know, he may run over here and then get back in the pocket and and throw it from there. So that has always been the most difficult element of defensive play. You know, to deal with a quarterback that can change the play after the fact. I mean, it's hard enough stopping the regular plays. So. And he's a good runner too, and he's adept at making people miss, and he has good choices and decision making, when to get down, when to go for it. I mean, all of that. So you just have to work at it and try to keep the explosive plays from happening, and keep him somewhat corralled the best you can. Just like any quarterback, if you can rush him, you have a chance to slow down their effectiveness. So we have to do that too. So we have to take some chances, at the right time. It just takes every aspect of every part of your game. And then there's a big element just in the scramble mode in itself. There's a lot of discipline that is called on there for the coverage guys and the rush guys to stay in phase so that we have a chance. So it's just as tough as it.
Seattle and Kansas City kick off Sunday night, 5:20 on NBC. That's Sports Summer at Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And recapping tonight's top news stories, the Chelan County PUD has been fined $6,000 for workplace safety violations related to the death of employee Eddie Bromley in June. The State Department of Labor and Industries found 3 violations during its 5-month investigation into the death, including 2 that were deemed serious. Bromley was killed June 13th during crane testing at Rock Island Dam when he was struck by a steel component. L&I said the PUD failed to properly warn workers about the potential hazards of a swing rail at the spill gate and the possibility it could become unhinged. The PUD says it has corrected the problems and is contracted for a third-party investigation that's ongoing. Bromley is survived by his wife and 2 young children. A Quincy man was one of 13 people arrested this week in an online sting involving sexual abuse and exploitation of children. The Washington State Patrol and other law enforcement agencies worked together on Operation Net Nanny. That's where internet sites were monitored for adults seeking sexual activity with children. Roberto Avila, 23 of Quincy, was among those arrested, with most of the rest from Yakima and Kittitas counties. Operation Net Nanny was begun in 2015 and has resulted in the arrest of more than 200 people. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host, Dan Kuntz. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
The NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station.
There's no substitute for the power of cable TV advertising. With Solion Cable TV advertising, you can reach your target audience right here in North Central Washington. We understand their viewing habits and can precisely target your customers on great cable networks like these. Call Solion Broadcasting today and let us show you how to put your business message right in front of thousands of prospects at a very affordable price. Solion Broadcasting, 509-888-2020.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020.